guys, so in April my brother and my best friend came to visit me in Hong Kong, and they wanted to do what every tourist wants to do in Hong Kong. Go to Disneyland. So Disneyland has its own route on the MTR and it's super easy to get to. From the moment you get onto the Disney train, you can just feel the Disney magic. There are Mickey Mouse ear-shaped windows, and there are also bronze statues of Donald Duck and Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse and Pluto. Hong Kong Disneyland is the smallest of the Disney parks overall. For one, it doesn't even have a Hollywood Studios. This really bummed me out because Hollywood Studios are like my favourite. You have the Tower of Terror, and in Paris you have the spinning turtle Crush's coaster, and that is just wonderful. That's my favourite ride. The first thing I noticed about Main Street USA was the animation corner. Not only could you just see how the magic was happened and how everything is created and animated, but you could also take a class in learning how to draw the characters and everything like that. As if anyone would want to set aside time just to do drawing when there is Disney to discover. But luckily, because Hong Kong is the smallest park, you have plenty of time. You could even do the class twice. I think I felt particularly attached to this little area because it just made me think of Emily the Brave and how adorable she is, that she just loves Disney magic and Disney animation so much. Wow, I just want to cuddle her. The second thing that we noticed was how small the castle is. Usually when you come up to a Disney park you can see the castle from miles away. It's iconic and it's what makes Disney parks, but this one you literally have to get halfway through Main Street USA to see it. It's tiny. Beautiful, but tiny. Unfortunately, this wasn't the only thing that I was disappointed with. There seemed to be a lot missing from this Disney park. There was no Pirates of the Caribbean, there was no Pizza Planet, even though they had an entire Toy Story part of the park, and there was no Thunder Mountain. And this is just a small thing, but there was no Sword in the Stone in Fantasyland, and that in Paris is my favourite part because the Sword in the Stone is my favourite Disney film. And it's so underrated, you can never find any Sword in the Stone stuff, and I just love it. Because all I want is a Madame Mimpim or like a Merlin mug. Sad, Ali, sad. However, having said this, they did keep up with quite a lot of the other attractions, such as Space Mountain in Tomorrowland, and the teacups, and of course, It's a Small World in Fantasyland.
Are you ready, Pep?
I'm so dizzy!
Disney!
However, having said this, they did have some other things that the other parks didn't, such as the River Cruise or Tarzan's House, although I do think that part was an adaptation of the Swiss Family Robinson. However, they did have a Lion King show, but it was absolutely spectacular, just like any Disney show. Props to everyone involved with that. It was my favourite thing in Hong Kong Disney. It was a perfect mix between Asian cute and Disney magic. There was also a parade. The first time I went it was raining, so they just had this kind of, and I'm sorry to say this, a little bit crappy parade. They were wearing raincoats and it was But then the second time I went, it was just cloudy and there was no rain, and they had the most spectacular parade I have ever seen in my life. Hong Kong might have a small castle, but it sure as hell compensates with its parade. Oh yeah. I'd say Hong Kong Disneyland is really good if you take it for face value rather than compare it to every other Disney park that you've been to. If you haven't been to a Disney park before and you go to this, you'll probably love it. But for someone that's such a big Disney fan such as myself and that has been to all the other parks, albeit Tokyo, which will come soon, it kind of just disappoints you because you want so much more and just doesn't seem to deliver. If you go to Hong Kong and you're kind of strapped for time, I wouldn't really put it on the place of priorities. We did everything and saturated the entire park and it still only took us about 6 hours. However, if you are just a Disney fan and you want to tick it off the list of Disney places that you have been, then go for it, do it. It's still great. It's just not as great as the other places. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next week. Bye.